Hunters, we're going to be playing through the first 9 rifts coming in Moco Chapter 2. So the first rift is Let Manny Cook. When you come into the rift, you can see, watch my back while I check these readings. And you've got to basically escort Manny through the rift and get him to the end, which will be a portal. And once you reach that destination, that's the rift completed. Try to keep Manny alive. And I will say, guys, I am like level 143 inside of this rift, so it looks super easy. Do bear that in mind, but I don't want to die too much during these rift run replays for you guys. Otherwise, it wouldn't make for a good video, would it, if I kept dying? So that's why I'm that high level. So it won't be that easy when you come into the game, because obviously it'll be unlocked when you're at a much lower level. But we've got guards, spitters, beetle captains, and warped chaos monsters. And there's a lot of guards in this rift, so AoE gadgets might be kind of better. Look, because you can see all the guard shields and stuff. That's why I do have the smart firework equipped. So we've got the very main pendant and the multi-zapper, and I've actually got the monster still get equipped as well. Oh, we've got a warp monster over here, just to mix it up a little bit inside of these rift runs for yous. And you can see here's a rift passage. We've got a lot of guards coming out the back, and then once Manny reaches the rift passage, you complete the rift. Simple as that, hunters. Let's move on to the next one. So the second rift is Jaxed out. You can see we're joined by Jax at the start of the rift, and he helps you fight. He has got a spinsicle himself, so it's like a 5-man rift basically. And I have got the snow globe and the rockets on, because there's a lot of monsters that spawn inside of this rift run, as you can see from the gameplay. So we've got the smart fireworks and the snow globes, and I've actually swapped it out for the techno fist as well, because the techno fist actually got untouched in the balance changes. So it might be a very strong weapon coming into Chapter 2. And I've also still got the very main pendant. We've got the cactus passive, the pocket airbag, and the healthy snacks. We can use that very main pendant there just to inflict damage to a lot of monsters. And you just play away. The monsters spawning. Some snouters as well. New enemies come in Chapter 2. They're actually a bit of a pain, the snouters, because they actually run away. Constantly run away from you. You've got to chase them down. So they are a little bit of a pain. And then just like the first rift, you come in at the end and we have actually got a boss fight, which is the Guardian Juggler. And you can see he does a lot of AoE damage, throwing explosions in the air. And he teleports everywhere. Can be a bit of a pain, just like so. You've got to watch the floor for the explosions. Quite a cool boss, to be honest. Quite a cool looking boss. And this is where the snow globe comes in handy as well, because it covers a big area, so when he's teleporting, actually flick damage with him inside the radius of that snow globe. Get towards him with that very main pendant, so I'm doing damage, because very main pendant does more damage to singular target enemies. Obviously the damage is split if there's multiple enemies around you, so we're getting nice value off the very main pendant there as well. It's teleporting everywhere. Bit of a pain, but we get him down. And that is rift number 2 for Moco Chapter 2. Let's move on to the third one. And the third rift is Secret Pact, and we've got Jax and Manny on our team. And the boss is Drainer the Vibe Vampire. You can see here Luna's sort of kept captive in the bubble. But then she breaks free and she does end up joining the fight, which is a really cool mechanic. And this boss looks so cool as well. And we have come in with the speed shot inside of this rift run. It did get a nerf in the balance changes, minus 10% damage reduction. But nonetheless, we're going to give it a run out. I haven't used a speed shot in a while. So you can see the portals spawning in as we're during the fight. And obviously, these are going to spawn monsters. If you don't take them down in time, the more monsters it will spawn. And we're back to the boss fight with Drainer, which teleports around everywhere. Just some spin attacks. Oh, I'll pop my very main pendant just to make sure I don't die, and then inflict damage to the boss itself. And the speed shot's doing work for me. Then she spawns more invasion portals. Let's get them down ASAP, otherwise the monsters will overcrowd us. Come on, Manny. Yeah, I'm really impressed with these rifts for Chapter 2. Really good mechanics. The bosses look really cool. The team's done a great job. And I'll be releasing gameplay of 9 rifts today. Then I'll be doing the remaining 9 rifts tomorrow. So subscribe for them so if you don't want to miss them. And that is the 3rd rift. So let's move on to the 4th one. So the 4th rift is Overgrown 2. And I've kept the gadgets and everything the same. But I've actually equipped the CPU bomb. Who would have thought? And again, this is the dev build, guys. So if there's weird things inside the game, might be slightly different in the live build as it always is with dev build stuff. There's not a lot of monsters on the run up here, but there are scorchers and things on the run up to the boss. And we've got some frost stompers. Yeah, because the CPU bomb got a hefty buff inside the balance changes. So I thought I'd give it a little run out. See if we can get some groups of enemies and get some nice value off it. Oh, look at the damage. Looking good. See the explosion there. And you just move up, and the boss in this rift, I believe, is called the Vine Mother. We can see in the top right. And it's just a big flower, basically. And we've got the snow globe. Get some value off there. Spawning these mini plant buds that we've got to take out during the boss fight. Look at this CPU bomb. And I have got the cactus charm on, so you can see the 545's damage reflecting back to the Vine Mother there, doing increased damage. Super, super cool passive, that one, the cactus charm. And that is the Vine Mother. Let's move on to the 5th rift. And we're here inside a Rooftop Garden. And there's bugs, swarms of bugs and big bugs. And we have beetle captains as well. Coming into the run up to the boss. And awakened statues. And I have actually equipped the horn bow this time. Just to give that a little run out, guys. It is a new weapon coming in chapter 2. So we thought we'd showcase it a little bit. Beetle captains. We've got beans as well coming in to join the fight. Put the very main pendant on here because there are a lot of swarms of enemies. So we get some nice value off the very main pendant there as they attack me. Got my snow globe, get through these awakened statues. And then we get to the boss, who is called Axes. And he's just basically a big awakened statue. And he looks really cool as well. Like I said, the team have done a great job with some of these bosses and the way they're looking things. That very main pendant, and then we can get up close to the boss. Very main pendant's not a gadget you would use with a range weapon, to be honest, because obviously range weapons at distance, and to get maximum value off the very main pendant, you've got to be up close like so. You just got to keep your eye out for these AoE attacks coming in from Axis. Oh, we'll avoid that one. Oh, I'm sure I was out of the way of that. It still hit me. Just put a bit of life back into myself there with the pendant. Dash out the way. And then that is Axis. Let's move on to the next rift. So next up we have ice fishing. And I've got the poison bow equipped here. And I've also equipped the turret, the new gadget coming in chapter 2. The Pew 3000. So we've got skitters. And it looks like harpooners on the run up. I'm getting some nice value off this poison bow, mind. Quite a cool weapon this. I can really see it being useful in certain aspects of the game, this poison bow. Really good for crowd control. And it doesn't do bad damage, you know. Look at the numbers I'm getting up there. We'll move forward. More harpooners. And these skitters, when you're low level, they're quite strong. They take a lot of killing. But like I said before, bear in mind, we're super high level for this rift. But I just wanted to run through it and give you guys a first-hand look at it. And then we're coming into the boss fight. It was called the Tide Master. We'll get our turret down so we're getting some value there. Take out these harpooners. My turret's out of the radius. I'm not getting any value off it there. And he's got a big, like, spear weapon, this guy. And if you get caught in them nets, see how slow I've gone. They really slow you down if you get caught in them net attacks. And then he charges at you with his harpoon. And then obviously he fires it at you as well, and he can pull you towards the boss. Bit of a pain. But it's really cool boss as well. And he's got this big AoE attack. I'll get my turret down here because there's a few monsters spawning in. Pop my pendant just to give us a bit of health and a bit of life. And then we come in, take down that boss. Let's move on to the next rift. So the next one is called Mass Invasion. And this is basically a mega invasion portal that you've got to take down. And then it spawns mini invasion portals And if you don't take them down quick enough, they spawn enemies, the mini invasion portals. And you can see the invasion portal there. But we're super high level, so we're taking them down super quick. That's how we spawned a knight. So it's probably not going to be the best replay because we're just absolutely shredding this. That's how it's spawning mini invasion portals and then they spawn monsters. And it rinse and repeats like that. Like I said, we're super high level. But just so you can get a feel of the rift itself, I thought I'd showcase it. So let's move on to the next one. And then next up we've got the wave machine. And on this one it spawns 30 waves of monsters. Gradually getting stronger as the waves increase. So we'll just play right through this. And like I said, guys, we're going to kill these super easy because we're super high level. But I'll just let it play through so you guys can get a feel of what to expect. We are already on wave 4. Put my turret down. Get some value off that. We've got drogs spawning in. I quite like rifts like these wave ones. It reminds me of Rooftop Rumble. Really hard drift, but a really fun rift nonetheless. Hardest rift in Chapter 1 to complete Sub 2 Nightmare. Got the turret cooldown. I have got the Singularity equipped as well for this rift run. Just to give it a little bit of gameplay, guys. New weapon. Might as well showcase it. Really cool weapon as well. I'm looking forward to seeing what players come up with, what strategies they come up with and build with this Singularity weapon. We've got a little mini boss spawning in on this wave. Wave 11. Wave 12. Got some slashes there. Get my turret down in the middle. Get a bit of value off that. I'm just sort of spamming my gadgets as they come on cooldown because I've got the Singularity, but the thing is, I'm killing things that quick. I can't get my ability charge up with the Singularity, get my gadgets cooldown. A few RO cats spawning on wave 16. We have some spitters inside of this one. My turret, try and get it in the middle so I can get maximum value off that. Wave 19, we've got some skitters. Like I say, these skitters can take some damage, mind, when they're high level. We have a mini boss coming in with the blue herring. Come on, Singularity. Get my stuff cooled down. And get my turret down to help deal with this mini boss. So the waves are actually on a timer. So if you haven't killed every enemy in the previous wave, the waves still spawn the enemies as well, guys. So if we didn't kill any enemy in the previous wave, it would still go to wave 24 and 25 and just keep spawning them in. So it might be a viable strategy just to let a few waves of enemies spawn in and then spam AoE gadgets to get through them quicker. That could be the way forward for this rift. Some frost stompers on this wave. And we've got some summoners. Oh, I don't like summoners. One of my most hated monsters in Chapter 1. Then we've got in with spear jumpers. And then we've got the final wave, which is Overgrown Vine and some diamond shells. And that is that rift. Let's move on to the next one, my friends. And then we're coming with Toxic Trench. This is one of my favourite ones because if you look, you can see you're continually taking damage because of the toxic. So it's a really cool mechanic. I'm actually coming in with a fan favourite from Chapter 1 with the builds being the Buzzkill build. Maybe not a wise choice because my bees are going to take damage. But hey, I have got some vitamins equipped as well. They did receive a nerf in the balance changes. And I've got the turret with this build because it counts as a pet. It actually counts as a pet, your turret. So obviously with the pet rings on and stuff, we're going to get a buff to the turret damage. And you can see all the toxic and things inside of this rift run. Super cool rift, this one. I really like it. I like the mechanics and things. And you work your way up and then you come into the boss fight. It's just like the rift from Chapter 1. Oh, look at this damage we're doing, guys. Puts his toxic spit on the floor. I think my turret is just out of the radius of that, which is super helpful. And then we're going to take him down in record time. Pop my vitamins. Oh, but all my bees have died because of the toxic. Maybe not the right build for that rift run, but doesn't matter. We got it completed. There we have the first 9 rifts coming to chapter 2 in Moco. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Subscribe, turn on notice because I'll be posting the next 9 rifts tomorrow. So I'll see you then.